Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, one person is dead after a house catches fire in Bath County. And construction of President Donald Trump's proposed ballroom could happen as soon as April.
And we stayed mainly cloudy today. Temperatures, depending on your location, was either in the 30s or the 50s. Now a warming trend is in the forecast. Details coming up.
Dedicated to southern and eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, and since I wasn't here yesterday, Happy New Year. I'm Steve Hensley. Warm Christmas, cold end to the year, and we are going to get warmer again next week. But what about the first weekend of 2026? Meteorologist Eric Dean has our first look at the forecast.
Well, short answer, Steve, it's going to stay dry. We'll see temperatures in the low to mid 40s for both Saturday and Sunday. Today, though, depending on your location, either made it to the upper 30s or you made it into the mid 50s. 39 was the high in Louisa, 45 in Jackson, 50 in Manchester. Look at Williamsburg, Middlesboro, 56 degrees. And right now, temperatures are still all over the place, ranging into the mid 30s from Moorhead to Logan, 40s from Somerset to Hazard over towards Pikeville and Grundy, 50s from Harlan to Middlesboro over towards Williamsburg. Here's a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar, seeing a few little renegade showers, but that's it. We're going to stay dry as we go throughout your evening and overnight hours. All that rain is to the south in Tennessee, and again, this is going to continue to push its way off towards the east as we go into the next several hours. Some of that may clip the extreme southern portion of the WYMT viewing area, but all in all, we're going to stay cloudy. Temperatures overnight will be in the mid 30s. When you wake up in the morning, temperatures in the upper 20s and low 30s will greet you. I'll have your complete first alert forecast coming up in a few minutes. Steve.
Eric, thank you. One person is dead after a house fire in Bath County. Kentucky State Police say they were called to a home on Rooster Run Road around 6:30 this morning. When they arrived, they say crews found 77-year-old Josephine Patton inside the home. She was taken to St. Joseph Hospital in Mount Sterling, where she was pronounced dead. Yesterday, we told you about a story in Wayne County, Kentucky, where police had been looking for a man in connection with a theft. We've learned Monticello police arrested 32-year-old Jacob Coffey. He was charged after allegedly stealing a coin machine from the Wash House laundromat in Monticello. Officers say they got a 911 call regarding Coffey exchanging coins for cash at a Walmart Coinstar. He was then found going through a Little Caesars drive-thru a short time later. A Kentucky man is facing serious drug and weapons charges. Deputies seized nearly 120 pounds of marijuana and a firearm in Monroe County. The investigation began December 26th when deputies responded to a complaint on Acresville Road in Fountain Run. Danny Ray Russell, the homeowner, was arrested after deputies seized 118 pounds of marijuana and an AR-15 style rifle while searching his home. In Lexington, a person is behind bars this afternoon after crashing a vehicle into a building. Police say it happened just before 2 o'clock this afternoon on the 400 block of Ash Street. That's where officers found a vehicle against the front of the building. 4 other vehicles were involved in the crash. Thankfully, no one was hurt. The driver of the one vehicle that hit the building was taken into custody with charges pending. Police in Ohio are looking for whoever shot and killed a prominent dentist and his wife in their home. The bodies of Spencer Tepe and his wife Monique were found Tuesday after a welfare check at their home in Columbus. Authorities say their 2 young children were inside the home at the time of the killings. Both children were found unharmed. Detectives say that no gun was found at the scene and that they are investigating the deaths as a double homicide. Folks in Switzerland are still trying to process an explosion that resulted in the death of approximately 40 people during a New Year's celebration. Some in the Swiss town of Sion say they were in shock after the fire that happened in a ski resort bar. Some also say it provided a reality check to them in that they could have been killed if they had decided to attend the party.
Yeah, the fact that it's so close proximity, it's one of those places you go to, you know, everyone goes to bars to party and those things. It's weird, it's eye-opening, and it gave me a sense of gratitude.
Thank you very much.
Roughly 115 people were injured from the explosion. Swiss authorities say they are not sure what caused that blaze. The man accused of being the Washington, D.C. pipe bomber will remain in jail until he faces trial. That ruling from a federal judge today, 2 days after a hearing in which prosecutors argued that Brian Cole Jr. would pose a danger to others if he were released and allowed to live with his family. Cole is accused of placing explosives outside the Democratic and Republican National Committee buildings in January of 2021. The Trump administration is trying to move quickly through the review process to get the White House ballroom project underway. CBS's Aaron Navarro is at the White House with more on that, plus why President Trump is saying what he's saying today about the state of his health.
President Trump's motorcade left his Florida estate Friday morning. The White House said he stopped at a store to buy, with his own money, marble and onyx for the ballroom he's planning to have built at the White House.
It'll be the most beautiful ballroom, and it'll handle inaugurations.
The Trump administration still needs to get final approval from two boards that oversee federal construction. A White House official tells CBS News it is aiming to get the go-ahead for the controversial $400 million donor-funded project as early as March, which would clear the way for construction to start a month later. According to the National Park Service assessment, construction is expected to wrap up in the summer of 2028, less than a year before President Trump leaves office. The commander-in-chief is also defending the state of his health. In a social media post Friday, he wrote, "White House doctors have just reported that I am in perfect health," adding that he aced his cognitive examination. Meanwhile, millions of Americans now face sharp jumps in their healthcare premiums after Affordable Care Act subsidies expired January 1st.
It is $200 more than what I was paying.
Michelle Phillips of Georgia, who cares for her aging mother, says out-of-pocket costs have also gone up.
For the pharmacy was $15 for generic. It's now $25 for generic.
President Trump has long advocated for healthcare funds to go directly to individuals, not insurance companies. But the White House has yet to release a formal plan. Aaron Navarro, CBS News, the White House.
The House of Representatives is expected to vote this month on a plan to extend the government subsidies after 4 moderate Republicans joined Democrats to force a vote. A super PAC aligned with President Trump raised more than $102 million during the last half of 2025. Newly filed records show the PAC has now built more than $294 million in cash reserves that it can deploy to help shape this year's midterm elections. The co-founder of OpenAI donated $25 million to the super PAC in September. Other donors to the group during the last half of 2025 included e-cigarette maker Juul Labs, which gave $1 million, and tech billionaire Jared Isaacman, who was confirmed last month as NASA's new administrator. When it comes to political leaning in the U.S., age may be one of the most influential factors. According to a CNN poll, Americans feel more politically connected by generation than they do by race or gender. Nearly 60% of respondents in the poll said they share a lot of common interests and concerns with other people of their generation. By contrast, fewer than half of Americans, 43%, said they feel politically connected to others of their gender, and just 39% said they feel politically connected to others of the same race. Historically, Kentucky has had one of the highest addiction rates in the United States, with more than 1 in 5 adults struggling with some form of drug or alcohol abuse. But thanks to the state police's Angel Initiative, there is help for those fighting addiction. Amanda Wallace explains.
Kentucky State Police Angel Initiative has helped 200 people since beginning by guiding those fighting addiction on their journey to recovery. The Angel Initiative began in 2016 and is a proactive approach that allows anyone fighting addiction to seek help. KSP has an open door policy. Anyone seeking assistance may stop by any KSP post and staff will take the necessary steps to find a treatment center.
People always think that we're here first to arrest people. We're not at all. With this initiative, there's not going to be any questions asked. When you come here, you will strictly get help. We're not going to dig any deep or anything like that. We're not here to arrest you. We're here to help you.
Public Information Officer Caden Parker shares his own experience witnessing the impact of the Angel Initiative on individuals.
So I've met people that were going through addiction, like when I was on the road, and I've had to transport them and everything. I've actually gotten to drop somebody off and pick them up and see the difference. And people don't realize what the difference will be right now because they're in the middle of battling an addiction. But that first step is all you need to take.
According to Kentucky State Police, the goal of this initiative is to fight against the addiction epidemic that is impacting families across the state. Reporting in Bowling Green, Ananda Wallace, WBKO News.
Just like Kentucky, the Tennessee Highway Patrol says car crash deaths are down from last year. The Tennessee Fatality Analysis Reporting System from THP shows that 2025 had 1,045 car crash deaths. In 2024, there was 1,194. THP says that city areas take up the largest share of the crashes with 128 fewer deaths this year. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, one well-known movie star is facing a lawsuit.
And we'll see a quiet weekend in the world of weather, but shower chances will pick up next week. Details coming up.